Hi there. I'm Janet Chandler with the Cullman Tribune, and I'm glad to be here reading you a wonderful bedtime story tonight. This was a classic favorite of mine when I was a child, and I'm so happy to share it with you. It comes from the book My Little Treasury of Fairy Tales, and the story is The Three Little Pigs. The three little pigs set out to make their way in the world. They followed a path into the country until they came across a man who was selling straw. The first little pig bought all the straw the man had and built himself a little cottage on the edge of the meadow. No sooner had he settled in than a knock fell upon his door. Little pig, let me in," said a gruff voice. The pig peeked outside to see a big, bad wolf standing there. "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," squealed the pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the big bad wolf. The wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The first little pig scampered away quickly. Meanwhile, the two other pigs were still traveling along the path. The second little pig had met a man carrying a bundle of sticks, which the pig bought and used to build himself a lovely little cottage. Just then, the big bad wolf came along. He banged on the door, growling, little pig, let me in." "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," said the second little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," threatened the wolf. And so he did. The second little pig ran away as his house tumbled to the ground. The third little pig happened to meet a man carrying a load of bricks. This pig bought the man's bricks and built himself a very snug and sturdy little cottage that he was quite proud of. It did not take long for the wolf to find the third pig. Little pig, let me in," growled the wolf. "Not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin," squealed the third little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," roared the wolf. The wolf huffed and he puffed, but he could not blow down the sturdy brick house. The wolf quickly realized that he would have to outsmart the pig. He saw the pig holding a turnip and came up with a plan. "Little pig," he said, "I see you like turnips. I bet you like juicy, sweet apples, too. There's a tree full of them up the road. I will show you at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning." The little pig woke up at 4 o'clock and hurried off to find the apples. Expecting the little pig to try and outsmart him, the wolf also woke at 4 o'clock. Sure enough, the pig was already up in the tree, picking apples. "I couldn't wait," said the little pig. "Why don't you stand back? I'll throw a delicious apple down to you." The pig threw an apple as far as he could. While the wolf ran to find it, the little pig was able to scoot down the tree, scoop up some apples, and scurry back home to safety. Back at his little brick house, the pig made apple juice, applesauce, and apple pie. And naturally, the wolf came calling again. "Little pig," said the wolf, "there is a fair in town today. Let us go together. I will come by to pick you up at 3 this afternoon." The pig agreed. But of course, he went much earlier than 3. The little pig was on his way home with a barrel he had won at the fair when he saw the wolf approaching. The smart little pig crawled into the barrel. He rocked it back and forth until it tipped over and began to roll down the hill. The barrel headed straight for the wolf. This frightened the wolf so much that he turned around and ran right home. The next day, the wolf knocked on the pig's door. "Little pig," he said, "at 3 o'clock yesterday, I was on my way to meet you at the fair when the most frightening thing happened to me. It was simply awful." The little pig laughed as the wolf told the story of the runaway barrel. "I am afraid I frightened you," said the little pig. "I was in the barrel. The wolf was very angry to hear this. "Little pig," roared the wolf, "I'm going to eat you for dinner today. I could not blow your house down, and I could not trick you, but now I will certainly come down the chimney to get you." The little pig had hung a pot filled with water over the fire. The wolf tumbled down the chimney, right into the water. The pig quickly put a heavy lid on the pot, and that was the end of the big, bad wolf. Later that evening, there was a knock on the little pig's door. He was relieved to find his two brothers standing there. The three little pigs enjoyed turnip salad, warm apple pie, and a barrel full of applesauce, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. Good night and sweet dreams.